So just one time, if the real hip hop is in the building, make some noise so I know it. I'm energy, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna be able to get 45 minutes from now. So rock with me. It's time to start. Going off, going off. Roll up on your seat like the Trojan horse. These rappers are still loaded and soft. I expect more homies. Took some sodium off the night. We were too but it's high. Cause you can't buy it back. And know when you lose the matter of time. It's a lot of rappers wishing that y'all would have said about the act. Shit, 20 verses you drop it. Yes, it's the monster hip-hop man. I hear the rock pops and drop checks on the microphone beat rubbing hip-hop fest. General strikes, salute that. The medical lines when I pollute that. With the antidote, in my side, transcavity. I'm lost in gravity. It's lost in gravity. Radioactive, active. Nothing in my acting, making proactive. Like people acting out of this world. I've been there and back. Call me crazy, but I've been hearing that shit. And I ain't hearing jack shit. When you hear an accent, it's like me, pro-spiritual reenacted. Deep wisdom like teeth that's impacted. Deep rhythm, murder, beats I am mastered. That makes hack an assassin. And you can hack and I'm blasting. Like 3 strikes, I hope your seatbelts are fastened. Once the heat belts, so asking the name. When it's collecting the remains, and they're asking the name. It's AIDS of the motherfucking pain. Skillet is growing stronger. Fast forward, it's gonna fill it. With these lyrics that you feel it before. Many was hitting before. Most of them had one significant flaw. That good vision kept them from focusing on diligence more. And they forgot the reason that people was listening for. Black dialogue, I showed you that was living on board. If you were sleeping in, well now you're gonna listen for sure. Let's go.
Alright, what's good? Lyrically Fit, family and friends. My name is Rachel, here with Akrobatik. So yeah, you just got off the stage.
Yeah.
It was such a pleasure to have you.
Thanks. It's always good to be in Philly.
Yeah.
I lived here for a couple of months, so I was getting a little nostalgic. Come back here.
What's your favorite cheesesteak spot?
Oh wow, I don't remember them by name. I mean, I guess my go-to is I guess Ishkavil's.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so all you people out there, you come to Philly, Ishkavil's, because that's my spot too.
There it is.
So you just dropped your album a couple months ago, Built to Last.
Yep.
So that's incredible. Every track, like you're really dropping something, and it really says something. There's so many albums few and far between. Tell us, a little bit about your motivation with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like always when I make music, the motivation is to just try to make something that's worthwhile, something that people are gonna want to still hold on to years down the line, because and that's really the concept behind Built to Last, like timeless music. I know that people don't really make albums like that anymore, where there's like a concept for the record. They are few and far between. People have a hard time finding them. And so I just think that making an album where you have all the songs that kind of make themselves part of a bigger thing that's greater than the sum of its parts, to steal a cliche, but I feel that way. Like the album stands on its own as a project. So even if you take one song there, certain albums that you pull a cut from that album, but you still know you're listening to that era of that artist. You know what I mean? So I just try to capture that. And since there was a long layoff since my last album, and it was so eventful, so much happened in between.
Right.
So it's like even though I didn't have music out, I was on people's minds, and it was in a way that it's not exactly how I wanted to be on people's minds. You know what I mean? So that kind of shook me up a little bit, but it also motivated me. So as soon as I was like back to 100%, I was just going in the lab, running around, getting all my stuff together because I couldn't wait to get this out.
Yeah. So I wanted to touch on that. You performed this track tonight. It definitely had an impact, I think, especially if you're fans. But Alive, that was your first single.
Yeah.
That was really raw. Like, what was that like for you?
Well, I was talking to my man Mental Stamina yesterday, and Mana, we were talking about how like so many different people have like to steal a phrase from the Guru, you have that moment of truth where it's like you are faced with your mortality and you don't know if you're gonna live or die maybe in that moment. So I know that I'm not alone in having that moment and facing it. It's a different story. It's an interesting story, especially if you've been following my career and stuff like that. But I also know that just about anyone can relate to that feeling of, damn, I almost died right there. Like, whoa.
It's heavy.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I just wanted to take that pain and just turn it into art. You know what I mean? And just have something that will be the longest lasting, you know, testament to what happened to me at that time. It won't be like scars or the fact that that was the beginning of my decline and I just fell off. Like, the whole point of Built to Last is to come back strong.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, not as strong, stronger. And so now I'm just trying to train myself mentally and physically to just get to the point where I can just be that bionic man. Like, I want to do 200 shows next year. You know what I mean? I'm ready to do that as long as the opportunities are there. That's what I want to do.
That's beautiful.
You know, so I'm thankful to have that spot and thankful to be able to still do that. And then people have just been so supportive.
Yeah.
You know, I think maybe that's the one thing that I take from putting out Alive more than anything, man. It's just that I just saw, you know, you're not necessarily going to know how the world feels about you. You know, it's like, if you can be a fly on the wall at your funeral,
Right.
you know, I had that experience kind of, because for a while it was touch and go there, so, you know,
Scary.
and that's what, you know, Where Am I, another song on the album, the one with Mr. Liv.
Yeah.
That's what that song is about. That song is about me just kind of being in a state of just, you know, sedation in the hospital and not being able to move, not really being able, I couldn't talk, all I could do was really hear, and maybe if I could get my eyes open, I could kind of see a little what's going on. So obviously you're just like, where am I? And so, you know, people are like crying around me, and all like friends of mine that I haven't seen in years are showing up. So I didn't even know if people were saying goodbye to me. You know, I didn't know what was going on or where I was. So that, you know, I just wanted to take that, and since Alive was such like a literal retelling of the story, Where Am I is more like, this is kind of like my imagination, this is my dreams, this is me on Vicodin, barely able to open my eyes, still wondering, what's going on. So in my mind, every song on the album ties into that whole concept in one way or another. You know, maybe if I was to like actually annotate the whole thing in liner notes, it might help some people along, but I think over the years, people will pick up certain stuff, you know? And then you just have to be confident that you're making music that people will still want to listen to over the years. I'm just not one of those mixtape dudes. It's just like if I put out something 6 months ago and I'm putting out something again now, then I can't really be too happy with what I did 6 months ago. You need time to marinate that, check that out, and really enjoy it for what it is. And that's why I go all out and try to make sure I have quality artwork, you know what I mean, and master my music so that it sounds as good quality as all the other CDs or music that I listen to, that I love, that's made by the people that I aspire to, their, you know, status and their careers. So I'm just trying to live up to that. Because then I gotta see those guys. So I don't want to bump into Chuck D and Chuck be like, I act, what's up with that last album?